What if you just locked the hell in for 30 days? What if you just did what you said you were gonna do? What would happen? What if you're really tired on your Thursday night and you've done your regular job and you've done your mom job and you've done all the extra little things to finish up and you realize you still have another YouTube video you have to film because you told yourself, what if I just locked in? So here we are. Welcome, royalty. So today, guys, we're going to be talking about a new way to experiment with life, to try a new challenge for yourself. So if this is your first time here, it's wonderful to meet you, babe. I'm Carissa. Okay, this is my channel. We're going to be talking about anything that comes to mind. The goal here is to build a community. That's what I want you here for. I want us to build together. I want us to enjoy each other's company. I want to engage. Let's talk. And if you're returning, thanks, babe. Like, oh my gosh, we love each other. I knew it was gonna happen. So for today's topic, like I said, we're gonna be talking about a new particular thing that I have been trying for this new year. Now, I'm not gonna act like I'm the original inventor of this idea. I found this on YouTube. I was, self-help is one of my number one things I look up, so it tends to show me a whole bunch. And it showed me this video by this younger girl. I want to say she was in her early mid-20s, and she said she was doing an experimental challenge with her life, and I had to know more. So sit back, relax. Let me walk you through all of this. Let's talk. So number one, what the hell am I even talking about? What are you talking about experiment with your life, Carissa? Like, I got enough shit going on. I don't need to play games and jokes and stuff. So I get it, babe. I'm busy too. So let me break this down for you. Something that I hate about the new year is you always make New Year's resolutions, and usually by the end of January, maybe early February if you're really lucky, you either, number one, completely forget what they are. Number two, get lost in the sauce because maybe you failed in the first week and you're like, now I can't do it. Or three, you find yourself maybe in a new situation and evolving in a different way, and maybe those goals don't align the way you thought. So how I've decided to change this for myself is each month, I create a new challenge. Now, you're like, what's the difference? Well, the difference is the way I frame these things. So if you notice, whenever I ask, I say, what if I did insert idea for X amount of days? What is something you wonder about your life? What if you exercised for 30 days? How would you feel? What would that look like? How would you fit that into your routine? Instead of making it a black and white goal, like I'm going to work out 4 to 5 times a week, or I'm gonna do cardio every week, I'm gonna run a mile every week because this is what I have to do. The what if method gives you a little bit of wiggle room to really kind of decide if it's even what you wanna do. You might get 2 weeks in and realize, wow, I hate this. And I'm gonna share that experience with you because that happened to me. You start feeling a lot lighter about the decisions you make. I would really kind of align this with growth mindset. There's not really this sense of pressure to accomplish something. It's not a deadline. It's an experiment. And sometimes experiments go really well, and sometimes they go really bad. And that's okay because either way you learn something from it. So the next thing I'm gonna break down to you, babe, or is my personal experience with this. So I have done this for a few months now. And I have had really positive success. I usually try to pick my challenges about a week before the month ends. So it was like the 20th for February. I did this before New Year's for January. And for March, like I said, I did it early February, or end of February. So I give myself some time to like play with different ideas. And I'm also someone that has like a theme for the year. Like this year is kind of like my hustle year, my ambition year. So a lot of the things I'm experimenting with are different ambitious ideas, entrepreneur ideas that I have. Now, one of my very first ones related to just being healthy, and it was, what if I stretched for 30 days straight? And let me tell you, I hated it. That's what I found out. I found out stretching every day actually irritated me and didn't relax me in the way that I thought it was going to. I thought I was gonna turn into some yogi master at the end of this 30 days. And in fact, I think I actually did the opposite, where I was like, I never want to do anything for 30 days straight because that's not who I am. I don't like the idea of having to do something every freaking day. And I realized that during that challenge, that I was forcing myself to do something that I actually usually enjoy when I do it sparingly. And when I was forcing myself to do it every freaking day, I was like, this is terrible. Like, I hate doing this now. And that was a learning lesson for me. One of my other experiments, this one worked out really positively for me, was I was listening to affirmations every single day. I ended up going through a few different ones, and that's the nice thing about this. It's not like, oh, I'm going to do this affirmation for 30 days. It's like, what if I just did affirmation for 30 days? And I was pleasantly surprised how it just became part of my norm. It started changing my values about myself, how I feel about the world. It was a lot more of a positive shift. I found myself saying, this is something I could do every day. And I have. That was one of my first ones I started doing in January. And I've stayed very consistent with my affirmations. Now, instead of listening to music in the shower, I play about 10 minutes of affirmations. When I'm driving or when I'm in the car with my taking my daughter to school, I play affirmations on my sunglasses so I can still play music for her, and I'll repeat them out loud. So something important about these experiments is not only doing them, but genuinely reflecting on them. So what does that look like? Well, I'm a journaler. I love to journal. I don't know if some of you are bullet journalers or maybe you have an app on your phone, but I would strongly recommend after finishing every challenge is writing about how you felt. How did this challenge make me feel? What did it inspire me to want to try next? What did I like? What didn't I like? What would I have improved? What would I have changed? This allows you to deep dive into the actual 30 days in review your time. One of my friends and fellow YouTuber had a great video about auditing your time. Where do you find your time going? And I think at the end of the month, doing an audit on the actual experiment and writing up how you felt about it is a great way to audit your time. Did you completely fail at your 30-day challenge because you didn't dedicate time? Which happened to me for one of my challenges. I said I was gonna do a spirituality reading 4 or 5 times a week and deep dive into the topics I found interesting. I ended up doing it only like 2 or 3 times, a few times throughout the month, and I realized it just wasn't something I was making the time for. And I was realizing that right now I need smaller spiritual practices. I don't have the time to deep dive into studying, to Bible study at the moment. This is something that, while I do like to do, I can't build it into my routine the way I'd want to. And you discover that. You discover what you can build into your routine and what you cannot. So this is not a long drawn out video because I just want you to jump into this. I want you to sit down in this moment and be like, yo, what if I locked in for 30 days? What if I walked 10,000 steps? What if I did an artistic sketch every day, even if you suck? Like, how good can your drawings get if you do a 10-minute sketch every day? And that's what I want this last section to be about. I want it to be an inspiration point for you. I want to close out this video by inspiring you. So you let me know. What are you interested in? Are you a returning artist? Are you someone who needs to do more creative challenges this year? Like I said, what if you sketched every day? What if you submitted your art to a local art gallery? What if you posted it on Instagram or Facebook to see what people said? Maybe you're a physical fitness person and you need to do like a 30-day plank challenge, or you want to push yourself to go a little bit farther. What if I tried to cut down a second every week from my time? What if I ran an extra mile every week? What if I was able to increase my bench press numbers by 5 pounds every week? Whatever inspires you is what I will start with first. This is not something to punish yourself, and please don't make your first challenge an actual punishment. Some of these 75 hard challenges, 30 days off, whatever they may be, it's really cruel to do to yourself when you know how busy you already are. Create experiments and ideas that fit into your lifestyle, that are meant to improve you, things that you are going to look forward to doing. I want you to envision the favorite version of yourself and ask what they're doing. What does their regular day look like? How are they maneuvering through the world? How are they handling their problems? What are their hobbies and activities? And then I want you to create a challenge or challenges that help you achieve that. So my favorite version of myself is someone who meditates consistently, who has more confidence and faith in herself, who spends time with her family, who dedicates time to her child, being present. That's what a lot of my challenges have been. For the month of March is my meditation challenge. I am meditating every single day. I started with 1 minute on March 1st, and now today is the 12th, so we'll be doing 12 minutes of meditation tonight. And I'm slowly building this skill for myself, and I'm finding that, wow, meditation is not as hard as I thought it would be. It's not as challenging. I can find time for it when I thought I didn't have it. And I see how much it's done for my own stress levels. Royalty, I am not here as a answer guide. I can't tell you what challenges to do, but I can tell you to challenge yourself. See what interests you. What if you did it? What if you succeed? What if everything just turns out okay? So I would love to hear what challenges you're thinking of doing. I'm super excited to see what challenges you guys are interested in. I'm hoping to inspire you with mine and get inspired by yours. So make sure to leave a like, comment. Oh, and also, babe, don't forget to subscribe. We're in this together. How do I know we're community if you're not linked in, if you're not locked in with me? What if we just did this YouTube thing together? Right? Like, what if? All right, guys, so this is gonna wrap it up for today's video. Please don't forget, you are loved, you are cared for, and thought of. If you need anything, just let me know. Bye, y'all.